What if I told you that the perfectly behaved child, the one who never cries or throws a tantrum, might be the one we should worry about the most? We often praise kids for being strong and stoic, but are we accidentally setting them up for a lifetime of struggle? What really happens inside a child who is taught that their tears are a sign of weakness? The answer isn't just about sadness. It's a hidden crisis that could be shaping their entire future, and we'll uncover exactly why. Think about it. We've all seen it, maybe even said it. A little boy trips and scrapes his knee, and before a tear can even fall, we hear, "Big boys don't cry." A young girl is disappointed and starts to sob, and she's told, "Don't be so dramatic." These phrases are everywhere in our culture. They're meant to be helpful, to teach resilience, but instead, we're teaching them a dangerous lesson. Your feelings are invalid. Your sadness is an inconvenience. Your anger is unacceptable. So, they learn to swallow it. They push it down deep, put on a brave face, and become the easy child. But emotions don't just disappear. They go into hiding, waiting. Now, you might be thinking, what's the big deal? I was told not to cry, and I turned out fine, but did we? Look around. We live in a society with skyrocketing rates of anxiety and depression. We struggle to connect in our relationships and often feel isolated, even when surrounded by people. We see this play out not just in our personal lives but on a grander scale. An economy relies on innovation, collaboration, and psychological resilience. But a workforce of adults who were taught to suppress their feelings becomes a workforce that can't handle constructive criticism, struggles to collaborate authentically, and burns out from unmanaged stress. The lessons we teach on the playground don't stay on the playground. They follow us into the boardroom, affecting productivity and our collective well-being. So, let's dive into the core of the problem. What causes this emotional shutdown? The first major cause is simple social conditioning. From a very young age, kids are like little detectives, constantly scanning their environment for clues on how to behave. When they see a parent who hides their own stress, or a teacher who only praises quiet, compliant students, they learn that emotional expression is not welcome. It's like building a dam. Every time they're told not to feel something, they add another stone to the wall. The purpose of the dam is to hold back the water, but the pressure just keeps building behind it. The second cause is a fundamental misunderstanding of what emotions are for. We tend to label emotions as good or bad. Happiness is good, anger is bad, sadness is bad. But that's not how they work. Emotions are simply data. They're your body's information system. Fear tells you there's a potential threat. Sadness tells you you've experienced a loss. Anger tells you a boundary has been crossed. Imagine trying to drive a car where the fuel gauge and temperature warnings were disconnected because they were considered bad news. You wouldn't get very far before breaking down. When we teach kids to ignore these emotional signals, we are essentially disabling their internal GPS, leaving them lost and unable to navigate their own inner world. Now, here's the hidden twist, the part that most of us miss. We think that by suppressing emotions, we are controlling them, but the exact opposite is true. The act of suppression actually amplifies the emotion. Think of trying to hold a beach ball underwater. It takes a huge amount of energy, and the second you lose focus, the ball rockets to the surface with even more force than before. It's the same with feelings. A child who is constantly pushing down their sadness or anger isn't getting rid of it. They are spending immense mental energy just to keep it contained. This is why you sometimes see the quietest, most reserved kids suddenly have a massive, inexplicable meltdown over something small. The dam finally broke. The pressure became too much. And the emotional flood is far more intense than if they had just been allowed to feel the initial trickle of sadness. And this leads us to what they don't want you to know. Who really benefits from a child being quiet and compliant? In the short term, it's the adults. It makes parenting easier. It makes a classroom more manageable. It creates less immediate friction. But the child is the one who pays the long-term price. These children often grow into adults who are strangers to themselves. They can't identify what they're feeling, so they can't ask for what they need. This leads to a higher risk of developing serious mental health conditions like chronic anxiety, depression, and even physical health problems. Because unexpressed emotional stress takes a huge toll on the body. They struggle to form deep, meaningful relationships because intimacy requires vulnerability, and they were taught that vulnerability is dangerous. They become adults who are emotionally detached, not because they don't feel, but because they are terrified of the feelings they've been holding back their entire lives. So, back to our original question, what really happens to the child who is taught not to cry? They don't become stronger, they become more fragile. They are not in control of their emotions, they are controlled by the fear of them. The ultimate insight is this: emotional health isn't about not feeling bad things, it's about feeling everything and knowing how to navigate it. A truly strong child isn't one who never cries. A truly strong child is one who can cry, understand why they are sad, and then find a healthy way to move through that sadness. By teaching our kids emotional intelligence, we aren't just letting them be kids. We are giving them the most essential survival tool for a happy, healthy, and successful life. We are teaching them to be human. So, take a moment to think about the messages you received about emotions as a child. How do you think they've shaped the adult you are today? Share your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to hear your story. Thanks for watching.